Hi guys, Silent Assassin here, and welcome to a brand new series I want to call Silent Assassin's Character Studies. This is where I'm going to take a character from a certain TV show, movie, or video game and just talk about why I think that they're good in that role, or why I think they're important, or why I think they're my favourite character in that particular genre. This week I'm going to be talking about Cameron Monaghan, or as he's famously known for playing, Jerome Valeska, as Gotham's version of the Joker. Except he isn't the Joker. Ever since he appeared, the producers have stated blatantly that Jerome is not the Joker, rather the inspiration for a possible future Joker in the later seasons. But regardless of this fact, I like to think that he is the Joker in Gotham, at least until they actually do the real version of the Joker in the show. So by now you may be asking me, why am I talking about this character? Well, personally, I think he is one of, if not the best versions of the Joker we have seen on screen in a long time. But before you dislike the video and leave a nasty comment naming your favourite Joker and why he's the best, just please hear me out. In order to show my reasoning, I want to use some examples from the show that will obviously mean spoiling certain episodes and scenes from Gotham Season 1 through 3. So spoilers in advance if you haven't seen the show and wish to. However, if you have seen the show or don't care about spoilers and you just want to hear my reasons, then let's get right into it. Just before I go ahead, just a little tack bit on I have to point out. I will not be mentioning anything in Season 4, and it has a big plot point for Jerome, but I'm not talking about it in this video. Please don't spoil it in the comments for anyone who hasn't seen Gotham, like I got it spoiled for me, because personally, I really am really annoyed that I got it spoiled for me in, on YouTube, seeing a video of it just on my recommended. So don't say what happens to Jerome in Season 4 in the comments, please. Thank you. From the first scene in Gotham Season 1, Episode 16, I didn't really think much about the Jerome character. He was just a kid who lived at the fair whose mother had been murdered. But throughout the episode, and more towards the end, Cameron gave a performance that absolutely and indefinitely sold me on his character. The plot turned out that Jerome had actually killed his mother, and the reason he did kill his mother was conveyed in one of the greatest scenes in Gotham, in my opinion, to date. In this scene, Jerome breaks down, throwing away the facade of this weak teenager to show us what a cold-blooded psychopath he really is, while laughing over his mother's death. This episode, for me, was why I started watching Gotham, because I'd seen clips of Jerome on YouTube of Series 1 and 2 when it first came out, but after watching this particular episode, I knew I had to see more of him. It wasn't until the beginning of the next season where we'd see Jerome again. I think this is the season where he really put his full talent on display for all to see. For the first 3 episodes of the second season, Jerome and his group of maniacs take centre stage. In the first episode, we see the charismatic Ginger try to sweet-talk Barbara Keene into coming over and talking with his leader, I use that term loosely, although apart from a bit at the beginning and a bit at the end of the episode, we see very little of him. In episode 2, however, he is much more prevalent, and again has one of the best scenes in Gotham, where he and Greenwood are arguing over who should be the boss of their group. And, again, Jerome, or should I say Cameron Monaghan, gives a killer performance. Personally, I'm going to say this now, off script, if you want to see a great scene from Gotham with no spoilers, it doesn't really spoil the story at all, watch this scene. Just type in Jerome Russian Roulette scene into YouTube and you'll find it. It is one of the best scenes ever in Gotham. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, back on topic. Along with many more little bits throughout the episode, he does such things as hijack a school bus and pours gasoline all over the cheerleaders and jocks inside, and almost sets them on fire. Another smaller scene in the episode is where he's on top of a building with the other maniacs, throwing people off with letters painted on them, so when they hit the ground, it spells out the word maniacs with an exclamation mark. And of course, Jerome ends off the episode with a brilliant show. Not only does he kill almost everyone in the GCPD building and Commissioner Emerson, but he also gets to close out the episode with a video recording of his amazing speech. However, the good times were not to last with Jerome. In his last episode of Season 2, we see him kill his own father shortly before he would make his own final performance. In this, he takes Bruce hostage, with neither Gordon or Alfred able to get a clear shot on him. Fortunately, Theo Gallivant, who broke Jerome out of Arkham in the first place, stabs him in the throat. When I first saw this, I truly was shocked, as to me, Jerome was such an amazing character. I never expected them to kill him off the way they did, but unfortunately they did. Jerome was dead. With the episode fading out, and Jerome's father's prophecy coming true, seeing all the people over Gotham laughing, and some even killing, your legacy shall be death and madness. And of course, such a popular character wasn't going to stay dead for long. We've already seen Fish Mooney come back from the grave in Season 3, so it wasn't much of a shock when Jerome came back too. However, this time some things had changed, mainly with his face. The fact that it had been cut off by Dwight Pollard, a Jerome fanboy who tried to bring him back from the dead. Little did he know that he actually did succeed in doing so. After Jerome's face got stapled back on, he killed Dwight with a bomb, which also sent the whole city into a blackout. After this, Jerome went to visit Bruce and took him hostage at the carnival, where he draws a frowny face in blood on Bruce's face. After this, he shoots 2 staples into Bruce's wrist. After this, he ties Bruce Wayne to a pole, points a cannon at him and fills it with knives and other sharp objects. Bruce just escapes in time and chases Jerome into a hall of mirrors, where the two fight it out, with Bruce almost killing Jerome with a shard of glass. When Jerome leaves the Hall of Mirror, Gordon punctures Jerome's face clean off onto the floor, and Jerome falls backwards, ending his night of chaos. Now again, I know Jerome is a big part of the later season of Season 4, but I haven't actually seen it yet, because I live in Britain and the episodes are only just coming over on E4. Don't forget to watch that Tuesdays at 9 if it's still on when this video comes out. But I'm not going to mention anything, as I've said, from Season 4. So, from what I've heard, my opinion doesn't change though, because he is brilliant in Season 4, apparently. I haven't seen it because I don't really want spoilers, but I've got them. So yeah. Now that I've gone over what's happened with the character throughout his time on the show thus far, it's time to get to the point of why I'm making this video. There are several reasons why I think Cameron Monaghan's Jerome is one of, if not the best Joker we've seen on TV in a while. He steals the show with every scene he's in, making it entertaining in the most evil way. Cameron oozes charisma whenever he plays him, giving life to such an iconic character. Of course, this character doesn't really fit well with many fans of the Joker. Some people saying he's too young or he doesn't look right, or some people just don't like him as he does have some sort of origin story. Now, I think these are all fair points to be made. However, this isn't the first time a Joker character on screen has been changed. Take the original Batman movie, for instance, where the Joker, Jack Nicholson, actually had almost of a backstory, or where Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight had real scars and really bad makeup. And if you look into it, some people have theorised that Heath Ledger's Joker actually does have a backstory. So for Gotham to change it up a bit with their version, I think it's fine. Now, although he looks young, yes, to me, I think this is a good thing, in a way, as we can see him grow over time into more of a psychopath with age. The way he looks is perfect for me. Cameron can pull off the signature smile even with the prosthetics of his face. And for me, the origin story doesn't really matter. If anything, it's a benefit, as it gives him a start, growing from the boy who butchered his mummy to the man who has killed so many people. Cameron's voice for me is the Joker's. His laugh is always perfect, even after being stabbed in the throat by Theo. And for consistency, after Jerome comes back, his voice is slightly different since he did get stabbed in the throat, and yet it still sounds brilliant and menacing. In summary, I believe that whether you think Jerome is the Joker in Gotham or he isn't, he will always be the Joker for me, and has been the best Joker on screen that we have seen in the last few years, and probably the next few years to come. Right now, Cameron Monaghan's Jerome Valeska is my favourite Joker. No disrespect to the others, of course. If you haven't seen Jerome in Gotham, I highly suggest that you watch the show at least for Jerome, because it is brilliant. But the show is phenomenal as it is. I've made reviews on the channel. If you want to go and watch those, links will be in the description or at the end card. Haven't decided yet. Anyway, guys, this video has been so anticipated to make. I don't know how well it's going to be. I want it to be really good, but I've been waiting on a new mic, and I hope it sounds better than what my mic used to sound like. And you have no idea how happy I am to finally be able to record this video. So yeah, thank you for listening to my character study of Jerome Valeska, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!